Well, when you see the mail, you know what time it is. It is time for a What I'm Buying. This is going to be for March 2022. It was this month and last month that this has been piling up, so it's time to get into this. Let's not waste any time. The video starts right now. Highest level of gratitude to our patrons who power the channel through Patreon. Check out the Patreon link in the description to learn about monthly giveaways, VIP Discord access, and even our official playmat. Hello and welcome to the day. Thank you for spending your time with us. I'm Jake and welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. Today we're opening some mail. It's a What I'm Buying for March. So we're going to talk about some pickups. It's going to be a short and sweet one today for your Wednesday. I'm going to talk about some cards that I've been buying this month and last month. One kind of vintage pickup, but there's going to be some newer stuff in here. There's going to be some undervalued stuff, some stuff that I think has potential to go up. One of the commands from Strixhaven I think is way undervalued. So there's going to be that in here. If you enjoy these videos where we go and we just go through the mail, click like and subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel with just the click of a button. As I said, I'm Jake. We're going to get into my mail today. It's going to be a fun time, so go ahead and sit back, relax. I hope you have your favorite snack. It's time to get into this. I guess there's no real reason to wait. So first things first, we're going to have some newer stuff coming out here, I think. All right, yeah. Takenuma. So these lands, these Kamigawa Neon Dynasty lands, I think I got 4 of these in this. There's going to be someone out there who's like, he already has seen the mail. He already knows what the mail is. That's right. I go in there, I open it up, I make sure that nobody taped something to the inside of the envelope. That way we can easily get to it. Takenuma Abandoned Mire. Just tap to add black, and it has this beautiful channel ability, which you can do at instant speed. Discard it, mill 3 cards, then return a creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. What you need to know is that at this channel, we do very much value commander. Being able to, and again with your commander on the battlefield, maybe another legendary creature, you could do this at instant speed EOT, get back whatever planeswalker creature from your graveyard. That way it can come back to the battlefield on your next turn. This is just an absolutely beautiful card, and to be able to put an ability like this on a land, big deal in my opinion. We're going to set those to the side there. That is 4 foils. The in price on these is about $5 a card. Again, this is kind of a spec. I only need 1 of these for commander, but I do think that this card has some room to grow. We do have a regular copy. Regular copy would have been picked up around $2 or $3. And then we do have an alternate art copy. So this isn't the extended art of this one. This is an entirely different art piece. We see this sometimes in collector boosters and with new products. There's going to be a bunch of different variants. There's going to be a base variant. There's going to be a foil variant. There's going to be an extended variant, an extended foil variant. Sometimes like this, there's going to be an alternate art extended variant with borderless. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff. Make sure you're subscribed because we get into that all the time over here, and we're always talking about different stuff. Okay, so this pickup, I do believe, yes, so this would have been from a couple months ago. I picked this up because this is a copy of a card that I do not have at all. It's especially brutal against islands. 2 red, 3 other. Return all islands to their owner's hands. Each player sacrifices a plains or white permanent for each white permanent he or she controls. So it hits blue and it hits white. A fun old card here, and a card that I just did not have in my collection. And one more thing that we should mention about this card is it is reserve list, so this will not be printed again. I think Wizards likes to avoid big splashy effects like this these days. Stuff like Boil and Choke that really just hammers down a specific color. It just isn't fun. I think this was kind of, conceptualized way back before Commander was a thing. So something to keep in mind. Now, these go back to last month, I believe, and these are Grim Hirelings. Now, I sniped these at low prices. Oh, they just put some extra stuff in there. That's actually a very playable card to put in as a bulk way to take care of something. I mean, whatever. Maybe they put some thought into these. Putting a Go for the Throat as fodder to protect a card seems silly. You know what? We'll just put the Go for the Throat out here. That's a really nice playable commander card. I did not mean to buy this, but there is a bonus go for the throat in this video that was given to me for free. All right, so Grim Hireling, 1 black, 3 other. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create 2 treasure tokens. Then for black, you could sacrifice X treasures. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. So what you need to know is this came out of the Commander Legends Prosper precon. I don't know why I can't think of the name of that precon, but it's the one that's from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, and it has Prosper at the helm. Treasure in Magic the Gathering has exploded in such a powerful way since we first saw it, and we see more and more cards that get treasure support. When Dockside Extortionist came out, for example, you know, I thought treasure might just be specific to Ixalan. I'm pretty sure that's the first time that we saw treasure tokens, but now we see in multiple sets there's always something that's bringing us treasure. It's not every single set, but we see it more and more and more. So cards like Revel in Riches, for example, over the years have gotten a lot better. That used to just be a bulk rare, Revel in Riches, but now Revel in Riches is a very real win con in Commander, so you got to look out for that kind of stuff. These Grim Hirelings, you know, their price fluctuates, but I was picking these up around like $5 or $6 when they were going around that like 10 to 12 range. Another one packaged like this, but this is just another baseline copy of Grim Hireling. And then, oh, we have another one. Same kind of deal. Go ahead and get this out. So this right here, oh yeah, nice light played copy. So this is in response to the Buckle Up precon in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, Kotori Pilot Prodigy, which is giving new life to vehicles. I went ahead and I bought some foils. There's a couple of them that aren't going to be in this video that are just, they came to me looking like Pringles, and so I'm trying to flatten them out right now. But yeah, I picked up a Weatherlight. Whenever Weatherlight deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a historic card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. What's fun about this card, it is a foil version of a card that does appear in the precon, so it is a card that works in there. That crew 3 is going to go down to 2 because of Kotori Pilot Prodigy, and it's just going to be a lot easier to get this vehicle online. Vehicles are fun because oftentimes they are underpriced, with the consideration that once you turn it into a creature, you know, it takes some resources to do that. So it's like underpriced creatures with higher power and toughness, with unique and strong effects. However, you do have to turn these vehicles on some way in order to get them to work, and that is the drawback to them. But I do think that when we're seeing, you know, in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, they are giving new life to vehicles with carefully considered commanders. Wow, the alliteration on that one. I'm up early today. My brain is firing on all cylinders. So let's get to the point where I was talking about an undervalued command in Commander, and that is going to be Witherbloom Command. I love this card so much. We just talked about the channel lands. Let's go ahead and take this out of here. We'll go ahead and talk about it, because these aren't going to be the only Witherbloom commands we talk about in this video. Witherbloom Command. Target player mills 3 cards, then you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. So think about stuff like, for example, Urza's Saga, which has taken Modern by storm. Just so many decks are like Urza's Saga type decks. And then also with the channel lands. So think about this top ability with something like Beseju, Who Endures, that just came out, or Takenuma, like I was talking about. But with Beseju, you're going to pay a green and 1 other to channel this land. You're going to be able to answer artifact, enchantment, or land at instant speed. This card is kind of like an Assassin's Trophy. But then think about the fact that you can get that land back from your graveyard, and that's using just the top ability from the lens of Commander. And this isn't even talking about like modern application, where I think this card really shines. I've seen some really good decks online that are playing Witherbloom Command. For 4 mana in Commander, you're answering an artifact, enchantment, or land with Beseju. You're playing this for a green and a black. You're getting that land back. Say you get your Beseju Who Endures back, and then you could destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. That second ability there. There's a lot of permanents that hits. It hits pretty much every relevant mana rock in the format. It hits Sylvan Library. It hits Mystic Remora. There's a bunch of other stuff that it hits, and that's just the first 2 modes. Now, I know that some people are going to be like, oh, well, it's sorcery speed. I do agree. The sorcery speed holds this card back. I picked up these foils for around $2. Why I'm picking up the non-foils for under $1. I think sorcery speed really does turn people off, but I don't think it's the kind of thing where when it's this low to the ground, when the mana value is this low to the ground, and when the suite of abilities is has this much potential. There's even a removal in here. Target creature gets -3/-1 until end of turn. That hits a lot of mana dorks. That hits like pretty much all of your like noble hierarchs. All of that kind of stuff is going to get hit by that. Your Llanowar elves, just any of your dorks that tap for 1 green, all of that stuff, those are going to get hit. And then also that target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. That's the least relevant on this card, and it's still not that bad. A little 4-point life swing, a little drain on your opponent can be really good. Sometimes that is all it takes. I have killed opponents with Sign in Blood at the end of the game. Just like, we need to get that extra 2 damage through. It's a fun way to do it. I talked a lot about Witherbloom Command because I really do think that this card has some serious potential. It only gets better with time. So when you have a low mana value, versatile, again, there's 4 abilities on this card. Only one of them do I think is like medium. You know, a lot of people scoffed at that top ability. Target player mills 3 cards, then you may return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. That gets so much better the more potent, versatile lands that we get. The more Besejus who endure, the Takenuma Abandoned Mires, all of the random, you know, the wastelands, the ghost quarters over the years. There's just a lot of versatility on this. Now those, like I said, foils I picked up around 2 to 3. There's some extended art Witherbloom commands in here that I picked up. I think just 1 here. Extendeds would have been around the same price, like maybe like $3 here, kind of comparable to the foils. Oh god, now these are kind of a meme. I just bought a playset of Jack in the Mox, and this is a non-legal card, but for 0 we're getting roll a 6-sided die for Jack in the Mox. On a 1, sacrifice Jack in the Mox and lose 5 life. Otherwise, Jack in the Mox has one of the following effects. Treat this ability as a mana source. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you're getting one of the colors. Again, this is a 0 cost. This was bought in response, and this was a very cheap playset that I picked up. This might have been like $5 all in or something like that. $1 a card. This was in response to the new unset that's coming out that got delayed. And the reason I did that is because they did hint that possibly they were going to change old cards and make old cards, as long as they weren't game breaking in a weird way, they were going to make old cards legal in certain formats, in Commander, for example. So we've yet to see what that is. This is highly speculative buy here. Let me know what you think about that new unset. We'll talk more about that. Now we have, what do we have here? Oh yeah, this is just mass order. Oh god, this is always so fun. I know that someone's going to make fun of me. Another Witherbloom Command, this time the promo pack. Go ahead and set that here. And then, oh yeah. All right, so extended foil Witherbloom. Regular foil. Promo pack. Another promo foil. Some extended arts. People are going to be like, oh god, what happened to Jake? This guy used to be a real YouTuber. He used to make real videos. No, I really do like this card, and then a bunch of these that were like 69 cents. These are just the regular baseline copy of the card. And we do have 4 more foils, or 2 more foils here that we'll just set here, and a couple more of these. I already talked a lot about this card. We don't really need to get much more into it. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode of what I'm buying. There is more stuff coming in. This one is kind of all over the place. There's a bunch of Takenumas, there's a bunch of Witherbloom commands, so very much like a Golgari theme going on in this video. This is a lot of Witherbloom commands. So yeah, definitely some specs in this video with the Witherbloom commands, the Takenumas. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of what I'm buying for March. I've got more spicy stuff coming up in the future. And I guess until next time, I'm Jake with Jake and Joel Are Magic. If you did make it all the way to the end of the video, I will tell you about our Commander League over on the Discord, where we do play Commander weekly with budget, with proxies. It's a great time. Come on over in the Discord. The link is in the description of the video. We are also sponsored by Dragon Shield. So if you do buy your Dragon Shield sleeves, use the link in the description of the video. And then finally, if you are buying cards, head on over to TCG Player, and when you do, use our affiliate link. That really helps us out. If you do not want to subscribe, if you don't want to join the Patreon, then get involved in that way. I will see you on the flippity. I hope you have a wonderful hump day, and I will see you back in the future for more What I'm Buying. Goodbye!